Pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we reach Week 15 and we've got a good matchup in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the Atlanta Falcons. Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And off we go on EA Sports. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. Lance going to put it up right away. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Just one snap in, partner, and the coverage this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hardy. So he stopped for no gain, and it's 2nd down. Throwing, Jones. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Throw left side complete. That's Hardy. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've got to be thrilled to have this game still at 0-0 after the interception thrown on the very first play of the game.
They certainly do. What I enjoyed was watching him on the sidelines because as the defense came off, he was there to congratulate them and really say thanks because he threw the interception. It didn't turn into any points.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
That's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, got to carry the ball back by the people up front. Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. Throwing now is Lance. And that is incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. The tackle by Arik Armstead.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Second and 5 now. Jones. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. The Falcons had 6 and 7, a game under 500 on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest. As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns is going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Following the fumble recovery, Lance. This is intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Falcons are going to have it here at the 9-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Working with a 2nd and 3. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Jones. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Jones. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
First down, here's Mitchell. And they'll get him down right around the 16. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a play fake. Lance. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for the team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
After the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Brandon Stephens. And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. And they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall up, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver.
Jones hit, and the ball's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust.
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take the blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Lance now to throw. Caught on the slant. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel His 11th touchdown of the year. And the 49ers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The 49ers ready to kick it away. And here we go. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units in there. Kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Jones now to throw on 3rd down. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Jones throwing on 1st down. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Here's Jones on 1st down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught for a 3rd touchdown. Well, sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Lance toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Play action. Now it's Lance. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Give him 32 on the play.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. And a quick throw here. That's complete. But he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
Now Lance again. Checks this one down. It's Mitchell. Touchdown! Elijah Mitchell from 4 yards out. And the 49ers have taken the lead. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up first and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. From the 35 on second down, Jones. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Back to throw. Jones. Looking for Ridley on the out route. He's got him. On the move past the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
It's not surprising when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Hands it off out of the gun, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Lance now on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. On play action, Lance. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
On the set.
On first down, Lance. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Everyone's eyes go to him when he nears the end zone, and that includes the coverage. He took away the easy throwing lanes and forced a high throw.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Now Jones on 1st and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's second down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Complete. It's Johnson. And he's going to be taken down right at. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Looking to throw. Jones. He completes it to Ridley. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Operating from the gun, Jones. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Oh, he's going to be brought down a few yards short of the goal line, and they're going to be unable to stop the clock from here. So close yet so far, and that's going to be how this first half will come to an end. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field
Take your
unit to
3.
see about getting 3 points. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Jones now throwing on first down. That pass is caught by Hardy. And they'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Over the middle, complete. It's Hardy. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. Well, is it third and somewhat manageable now? Not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Jones on third down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Falcons. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Falcons go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
But CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Lance to throw on second down here.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Lorenzo Carter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On third and long, it's Lance.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Ooh, the juke. A good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards.
And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. First down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off play action. Jones. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now they send a man in motion right. Touchdown! Deontay Hardy from a yard out. And the Falcons have scored again in this third quarter. This time the move out in front. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they got to get a nice drive and help themselves out.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. He seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Back now here on EA Sports. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10.
Here's Lance to throw it.
There goes a deep ball, end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him to completion.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have a look at it, 3rd and 10.
Now Lance.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown 49ers.
Brandon Ayuk, 32 yards. And the Niners are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Now the try here for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
The Falcons take over first down and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Here's Jones on first down.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's a give up the middle. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners 17.
110 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
This forward on the jet sweep.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long way from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown?
And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame. Arnold Ebiketie just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Lance. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the 49ers use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Now Jones on 1st and 10. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say that was a game-saving play.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. Finding Gray going across the field. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Jones. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Jones. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 31 yards. The Falcons answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. A short kick taken at the 18.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Lance looking to throw. He's going to let it fly. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule it out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Desperation time here. Lance is going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will have the conversion on fourth down. He's out of bounds as well to keep their hopes alive. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Lance back to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now Lance. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. Could not hang on. Second down coming up. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Here's Lance.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And the question now, can they get closer on third down? A field goal from here, you're looking at right about a 52-yarder. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Certainly would have liked to get some yardage out of that play, but now you got to put this in the hands of your field goal kicker, see if he can get you to overtime. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Let's go. Faster, faster. Red, cycle. Right two. Six, 7.
One final try now for Lance. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Falcons are going to hang on. On the final play, they get the turnover to seal this football game. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Falcons, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And next week they get to stay home again as the Los Angeles Chargers come to town. Meanwhile, for San Francisco,
with tears of joy.
they've plummeted now to 3-11, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears.